All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a whole bunch of feedback to really understand a program that students are, frankly, super passionate about. We're going to look at what makes it so great and, just as importantly, where it's headed next.
Let's just start with this one number because it really says a lot. Across a bunch of different surveys, a staggering 89% of students say they would recommend NLU's competency-based program. I mean, that's a massive vote of confidence right there.
And, when you dig into the overall satisfaction ratings, that 89% number totally checks out. The vast majority of students are rating their experience a 4 or a 5 out of 5. You can see it right here in the chart. The feeling is overwhelmingly positive.
So what's really behind that number? What is it that makes the program so beloved? And what are the friction points that still exist? So today, we're going to pull together all this direct feedback we've got from dozens of students and instructors to get the complete picture, the core strengths, and the opportunities for growth.
Okay, so let's jump right in by looking at what's working so well. The praise from students is honestly loud, it's clear, and it's incredibly consistent across the board. Over and over and over again, students bring up one thing more than anything else: flexibility. For people juggling full-time jobs, families, you name it, being able to work at their own pace isn't just some nice perk, it's a total game changer.
You can just feel the relief and, the love in this quote from a focus group this past summer. This whole self-paced thing is, without a doubt, the single most celebrated part of the program. It came up in pretty much every piece of feedback we looked at.
Now, this slide here shows us the second pillar of what makes the program so successful: the faculty. It's not just about the flexible schedule. Students consistently say their instructors are responsive, they're supportive, and that they feel like their professors genuinely want them to succeed.
But look, no program is perfect, right? And all of that praise we just talked about, it exists right alongside some very real and just as consistent challenges that students are running into. This is where the program has a chance to really polish its approach.
And here's the paradox, really. The thing that makes this program so great, that flexibility, is also the source of its biggest challenge. With no hard deadlines until the end of the term, a lot of students, especially newer ones, say they really struggle with managing their time and the workload. It's a classic double-edged sword. This analysis from back in fall 2023 really shines a light on the key issues. Just look at numbers 1 and 3. Students are asking for clarity and consistency in instructions and better workload management. These are, by far, the biggest themes when you ask students what could be better.
And these aren't just abstract ideas, right? They show up as very real, very specific frustrations. Students feel like the number of assignments can be pretty intense. One even pointed out that having 7 huge multi-part projects in just 10 weeks is a lot. And then you have others who say the instructions can sometimes be confusing or even contradict each other, which just adds to the stress. And what's really fascinating here is that this isn't just coming from the students. The instructor feedback, it confirms these exact same pressure points. They're feeling the strain from their side of the classroom too. I mean, look at this. It's almost a perfect mirror image. On the left, you have a student talking about the heavy workload. And on the right, you have instructors flagging concerns about workload balance. The students are feeling it, and the faculty are seeing it.
And this right here connects all the dots. Instructors are seeing really low attendance in these optional support sessions, these coffee shops. This lines up perfectly with what students are saying. They appreciate that these exist, but between scheduling conflicts and just feeling overwhelmed by the unstructured work, they often can't make it.
Okay, so here's the most important part of this whole story. All this feedback, it's not just going into some report to sit on a shelf. You can actually see in the data a clear, direct line from what students and instructors are saying to actual, concrete action items. Just check out these action items that came directly out of instructor feedback: reviewing workload distribution, clarifying requirements, creating accountability measures. I mean, this is a direct response to the biggest concerns that students have been bringing up.
And this is just a brilliant example of how it all connects. You see suggestions from one focus group directly informing the action items for what comes next, like addressing the assessment load and beefing up support. It's this awesome cycle of continuous improvement, and it's happening right now.
So let's step back for a second. When you put all of this together, what's the big picture? What does the future of the competency-based program look like? You know, when you boil it all down, the story of this program is actually pretty straightforward. Its whole foundation is built on two unshakable things: that amazing flexibility and truly exceptional faculty support. So the next step, the big opportunity here, isn't to change that, but to wrap that freedom in just a bit more of a framework, to provide more structure, more pacing support, and absolute clarity.
So that leaves us with this final thought. We know the program is, by pretty much every measure, a huge success. It's changing students' lives. The challenge moving forward isn't about fixing something that's broken. It's about how to make it even better. How do you evolve to offer both that incredible freedom that everyone loves, while also providing a clearer, more supportive map that helps every single student cross the finish line with confidence?